Howdy folks, Abdul here from Eedemy. Thanks for tuning in. Are you searching for the perfect light for your home, backyard, or workspace, but feeling overwhelmed by all the options? Don't worry, I got you covered. There are 3 key factors you need to understand before buying an LED light. 1. Kelvin rating, which affects the color of the light. 2. Lumens, which determine brightness. 3. Watts, which measure energy consumption. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to choose the right LED light, so you won't end up buying a spotlight so bright that your neighbors think you're signaling aliens. Let's jump in. Kelvin rating, understanding color temperature. One of the most important things to look at when buying an LED light is the Kelvin rating. You've probably seen numbers like 2700K, 5000K, or even 9000K on the packaging. But what do they mean? Think of Kelvin like an Instagram filter for your room. It changes the entire vibe. 2700 Kelvin, warm white. This gives off a soft, warm glow, similar to candlelight or classic incandescent bulbs. Perfect for bedrooms and cozy spaces where you want to relax, or trick your guests into thinking you have a fancy, expensive restaurant-style home. 5000 Kelvin, daylight white. This is bright and clear like natural sunlight at noon, great for kitchens, offices, and places where you actually need to see what you're doing, like trying to chop onions instead of your fingers. 9000 Kelvin, cool blue white. Now this is serious. This kind of light is bright and slightly blue, often used in security floodlights or car headlights. If you install this in your living room, don't be surprised if your guests start putting on sunscreen. Fun experiment. If you have a smart bulb, try switching from 2700 Kelvin to 5000 Kelvin. You'll feel like you just teleported from a cozy cafe to a high-tech science lab. Lumens measuring brightness. Now let's talk about lumens. What are lumens and why should you care? In simple terms, lumens measure brightness. The higher the lumens, the brighter the light. Remember the old days when we judged light bulbs by watts? We'd say, give me a 100-watt bulb. But with LED technology, wattage doesn't determine brightness anymore. Lumens do. Here's a quick comparison. A 60-watt incandescent bulb produces about 800 lumens. A 75-watt incandescent bulb gives you around 1,100 lumens. A powerful LED floodlight can have 5,000 lumens or more, which is enough to make your backyard visible from space. Real-life example, if you're lighting your garden, a 500-lumen light will gently illuminate your path. A 3,000-lumen floodlight, on the other hand, will make your backyard look like it's hosting a football match. So always check the lumens, not just the design of the bulb. Funny thought, have you ever walked into a room with a super dim light and thought, is this a romantic setting or just terrible lighting? Well, now you know, it's all about lumens. Watts, energy usage, not brightness. Many people still think that higher wattage should brighter light, but that's not true anymore. Watts only measure energy consumption, not brightness. Thanks to LED efficiency, you can now get more light with less power. Let's compare. A 60-watt incandescent bulb can be replaced with an LED that only uses 8 to 10 watts while giving the same brightness. A 100-watt traditional bulb can be replaced with an LED that only uses 14 to 18 watts. Simple savings calculation. Imagine you replace all the old bulbs in your house with LEDs. If each LED saves you 50 watts per hour and your lights are on for 5 hours a day, you'd save 250 watts daily, which adds up to serious energy savings over a year. That's money you could spend on something better, like more smart bulbs to make your home look futuristic. Funny scenario, ever been to a friend's house where the lights are so dim you feel like you're in a horror movie? Is this a living room or a haunted house? Yeah, tell them about lumens and LED efficiency before it's too late. Before we jump into socket types, let's quickly talk about the 3 main types of bulbs you'll come across. Incandescent bulbs, the old school bulbs that we all grew up with. They're cheap upfront but highly inefficient because most of the energy is wasted as heat instead of light. They typically last 750 to 2,000 hours, which means frequent replacements. CFL bulbs. A more efficient alternative to incandescent bulbs, using about 75% less energy while lasting much longer, 8,000 to 10,000 hours. However, they take a few seconds to reach full brightness and contain small amounts of mercury, requiring careful disposal. LED bulbs, the most energy-efficient option. They use up to 90% less energy than incandescent bulbs and last 25,000 plus hours. That's over 20 years of regular use. They also turn on instantly, don't get hot, and are available in multiple colors and brightness levels. How switching to LED saves you money, lower electricity bills. Since LEDs use a fraction of the energy, you'll see a noticeable drop in your electricity costs. Fewer replacements. While an incandescent bulb might last a year, an LED could last 2 decades, saving you tons on replacements. There are many types of bulb bases, but here are the most common ones you'll see. 1. E26/E27 standard screw base. This is the most common base type in household lamps and ceiling fixtures. In North America, you'll usually find E26, while E27 is more common in Europe. But don't worry, they're nearly identical and often interchangeable. If your lamp takes a regular screw-in bulb, it's probably an E26/E27. 2. GU10 twist and lock base. You'll find this in track lighting, recessed lighting, and some spotlights. 3. MR16 2-pin base, low voltage. These have 2 thin metal pins instead of a screw-in base, commonly found in landscape lighting, desk lamps, and under-cabinet lights. 4.B22 bayonet base, push and twist, popular in the UK, Australia, and parts of Asia. Instead of screwing it in, you push and twist it into place, like a light bulb version of a seatbelt. 5G9 small bi-pin base, a tiny compact bulb used in decorative fixtures, pendant lights, and some modern desk lamps. How switching to LEDs saves you. Money replacing old bulbs with LEDs can save hundreds of watts per day. Avoiding the wrong base type. Ever bought a bulb that didn't fit? Always check the socket before purchasing. Take a picture of your old bulb if unsure. Final checklist before buying an LED light. Check Kelvin rating for color temperature. Select lumens based on desired brightness. Look at wattage for energy efficiency. Confirm lamp base type to fit your socket. So now you're officially a LED lighting expert. You know how to pick the right bulb based on check Kelvin rating, color temperature, warm, neutral, or cool light. Quick challenge, check the bulbs in your house and see how many different base types you have. You might be surprised. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more smart lighting tips. Drop a comment below if you've ever bought the wrong bulb. I'd love to hear your stories. I'm Abdul, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.